Hey, welcome back, hockey fans, to the channel. Thanks for being here tonight. Kraken versus Coyotes post-game recap. Another live stream for you guys. Another episode of Postgame Rapid Reaction. I said it this morning. We've all been talking about it, but the Seattle Kraken, we really wanted to see them give a full 60-minute effort and show some more consistency. They were looking to, kind of rebound after that game, that lackluster game on Saturday against Calgary. Trying to jump back into the win column. Didn't quite get it done tonight, but did gather a point. The shootout has not exactly been Seattle's forte so far this season, but that's how things go. We're going to recap it tonight, talk to you guys in the chat. Let me pop out this window here real quick so I can talk to you guys as we go. I have a little bit of an announcement too, a giveaway that we're going to talk about, but while we're getting warmed up on the stream here, hit that poll question for me tonight. It's kind of a lighthearted one. How do you pronounce Coyotes? So I say Coyotes. Some people say Coyotes. Maybe sometimes I change how I say it. I'm not really sure, but let's get to a few of your comments here. Let me just add that. Okay, I think we can do this. There we go. And I'm going to work my way from top to bottom. Carol's Dark Sarcasm says, game over. We just lost to Arizona. So, yeah, kind of a bummer. Thanks for being here, though, Carol's Dark Sarcasm, one of the regulars on the stream. So we're going to keep popping your comments up as we go. Ty, good to see you, too, saying what's up. Zona isn't that bad. They've been doing damage lately, and that, that pushes them to a winning record. Kind of an interesting squad. They've got some young talent. We're going to talk about that in the setup a little bit, but some good mix of veterans that they brought in and got some great goaltending tonight from Ingram. So a pretty good team there. Jim C says, oof. Yeah, and I think Jim posted that same comment the other night. Kind of disappointing when you drop these in the shootout. I feel like that shot by Bjorky in overtime, that was it. And also that breakaway from Matty Beniers late. I believe that was in overtime as well, or just leading up to it. I'm trying to remember. But my goodness, so close, and it just doesn't happen. But we get a point. I know we don't like to do all the positive takeaways and all that, but we got to look on the bright side just a little bit. Alicia Crank with the crying emoji. Thanks for being here, Alicia. And you guys, please vote on the poll tonight. We got 9 votes already. Looks like most people say Coyotes. So maybe I'm in the minority tonight, and that's fine. I feel like I do change how I say it, though, depending on what I'm talking about. Anyhow, we didn't make it back into the win column tonight. Thank you for being here, guys. Going to continue to take the comments as we go. I got the wrong camera up here. Let me just switch that. But my name is Mike, Sasquatch NHL. Kraken, don't get it done tonight. Got a decent show lined up. I do have a giveaway to announce. I'm sure you're going to be excited about that. Alicia, you might be interested because I think this might be one that you wanted to get your hands on. So let's recap things. Let's chat. And let me know in the chat if you're new here. Where are you representing? What's your hometown? Shout out in the chat, and I'll pop you up on the stream as we go here. And also, if you're watching in the replay, I like to respond to every comment there as well. So let's hear from you guys as we go. Thank you for tuning in. Always an honor to be part of your content rotation here and post-game routine for the Seattle Kraken. It's always much appreciated. If you haven't yet, hit that like button on the stream. Helps the video, helps the channel. So go ahead and hit that for me right now. And if you want to subscribe, I think you do, turn on alerts as well, because later this week, I'm going to be doing a big giveaway, a highly sought after item here in Seattle. I don't know if you know who this guy is, but this is the John Forsland talking bobblehead. So later this week, I'm going to do a giveaway here on the live stream, and I'm going to announce it here first. So if you turn on alerts, that way you'll know before anybody else when I'm going to do this. I'm not going to tell you now when it's going to happen. You got to turn on alerts to figure that out. So stay tuned here on YouTube. I'll announce it over on x.com as well, but you're going to find out here first on YouTube. So don't miss out. This is your opportunity. Okay, let's keep those comments coming in the live chat. Alicia says, Coyotes social media just posted Yotes. Oof, yeah, they have a pretty funny admin down there. I like following that account. Also, off topic, kudos to your daughter on a recent win. If you don't know, my daughter is a very active pageantry participant. She does a lot of volunteerism in the community, and she just won a huge title here in Washington State. She is your Washington Evergreen teen, and it's pretty awesome. We were all kind of blown away. She's really thrilled to have that honor, so congrats to little Sid. Little Squatch, we call her, and she's going to be doing a lot of great work out in the community, hopefully involve some of you guys along the way, and she's got some other things coming up here later in the month on the national level, so we're really proud of her. You never know, we might even have a guest host, some royalty. Little Sid wants to host the channel at some point. We'll see. I don't think she's ready for it yet, but maybe one of these days we can do that here on the channel with your guys' support. But this episode tonight, we're going to go through, going to give you that recap, tell the story about how things went. Unfortunately, we lost in the shootout, like I said, but going to recap it, break things down, going to look at the setup coming into the evening tonight, going to look at the roster, some, blending of the lines, Hackstall, not afraid to mix things up here to try to get the offense going. We're going to look at the stats, 3 stars, look ahead at the schedule real quick. I don't have the Squatch Scribbler tonight because the girls are using the surface pad. So that won't be happening. I won't be able to draw sad faces for you, Ty. I apologize. Shiny Stuff, what's up? Saying just popping in real quick. Definitely Coyotes. Okay, I'm with you. That's how I say it. So we got a couple of us that vote that way. Right now, the poll results are about 50-50. So keep them coming. Would love to hear from you guys. Kind of a fun question tonight, but says, definitely Coyotes. Much love all. Ugh, good Kraken. I'm out. Yeah, Shiny Stuff, thanks for popping in. I know you're busy. You got a lot going on in your life. So good to have you by. Let's have you by again soon. And if you didn't hear, I just said I'm going to give away this John Forsland bobblehead later in the week. So stay tuned here on YouTube and over on X.com. I'll announce it here first, though. Spartan, what's up? Good to see you, too. Says, man, I just got off a flight to listen to the tail end of the radio broadcast. Man, at least we got a point. Yeah, and I feel like we've said that a few times this season. We tend to go into these thrillers out on the road, some of these overtime games. It'd be great to see the overtime just go a little bit longer. We've talked about that on the channel before too, but that's the way it goes. 5 minutes, we got 65 full consistent minutes. I felt from the Kraken. They had a few moments, the power play for Arizona broke through. We're going to talk about that in the breakdown. Our penalty kill has been good to start the season, but now over the last 4 to 5 games, not so good. They gave up 2 more on the power play tonight, and it really cost them. That Vince Dunn penalty late, I didn't like that. Not very disciplined, not a very smart play, but yeah, that's the way things go. Okay, let's get into the game day setup just a little bit. Ty also says, Ebbs has the game on his stick stuffed. Laugh out loud sounds familiar. Yeah, and a couple of those, Matty Beniers also on the breakaway and in the shootout, couldn't get the handle, puck rolling on the breakaway, kind of lost it on the shootout, so he's really fighting it right now. I feel like Matty's going to break through at some point, but he was great all night, led directly to multiple goals for the Kraken, so it's good to see Matty contributing even if he's not scoring goals here early in the season. All right, let's get into the game day setup just a little bit. Love hearing from you guys, so keep the comments coming, keeps my energy up. I'm bummed out too. We're going to go through this together, but let's hear your thoughts. And again, let's hear your 3 stars before we get to that portion of the stream. I'll pop them up as we go. Maybe some under-the-radar players. I thought Yamamoto up on that first line, kind of an interesting look. I'll be curious to see if they stick with that. But coming into the evening, the Coyotes were 5-5-1. Coach in his second season there. And we're all kind of watching the development. Logan Cooley, he came out of the 2022 NHL draft, 3rd pick overall. Clayton Keller, fantastic for that squad. And he's starting to, he's kind of just quickly emerging as an NHL star. Really fun to watch his progression over, last few years here. And I feel like they've, bolstered their lineup quite a bit with the veteran presence. They brought in Zucker, Kerfoot, Dumba, contributor tonight. Dursey, I thought looked good. Some flashes there up top on the power play, sending the puck around. So really good look from Arizona compared to some of the seasons past where it's been, kind of a nightmare for fans down there. But a decent start this season, trying to kind of get that chemistry going in good old Mullet Arena at Arizona State University. The Kraken, on the other hand, inconsistent efforts leading up to this point. We've seen a lot of good starts, kind of opposite from the past. Good starts in the first period, and then things just kind of fall off a cliff. That's what happened Saturday against Calgary. So poor finishing, inconsistent results, trying to find that identity and level things out after that big playoff push last season. And again, they did not look good Saturday, I didn't think, against Calgary. Nobody was happy with that effort. They only generated 7 shots in that game in the second and third period. And tonight was much better. Third period shot advantage, we're going to look at that at the stats portion of the stream. So much better effort tonight. They didn't get the payoff with 2 points, but they did get 1 point. I feel like if they build on this game, they're going to be just fine. But they've got another tough opponent coming up, Colorado, on Thursday. Let's look at the roster here real quick. Jim says it's T's, Coyotes. So, okay, there's another one. Poll results right now, 58% for Coyotes, 42% for Coyotes. So, yeah, a lot of opinions on this. Has probably been the most popular poll I've run so far. But thanks for contributing, guys, and thanks for being on the live stream tonight. Not going to go too long, but got a few things, and I want to describe the goals, talk about the roster just a little bit. Jim also said they need to beat teams below the bubble in regulation to be taken serious, or it's going to be a very long year. And you might argue that Arizona's not really below the bubble team. They've looked pretty good early, but we're kind of going off of history here. It feels like Arizona is a team you should beat, but I mean, look at what's going on with some of the other teams, like Edmonton. Terrible start. Calgary hasn't looked good. They beat us, but yeah, we should have. That's a team you should beat, kind of like Jim's talking about. But I don't know. A lot of things all over the place here through the first few weeks of the NHL season. Would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Who's been your favorite? Obviously, Vegas has been fantastic in the Pacific Division. Maybe out east, who are you liking out there? Who's been consistent? And maybe a surprise for you, like Edmonton. Just really bad start for them. I'm going to be really surprised to see what happens in the coming weeks. But quick look at the roster again. Yamamoto moved up to the first line there with Beniers, and they had a lot of possession time tonight. I'd love to see the metrics. If you guys have that, let me know in the chat. Haven't looked at it yet, but so second line, Winberg causing a lot of, I thought he was good again tonight. He's really tough to deal with at times when he's dialed in. Other times you kind of wonder what's going on, but I feel like Winberg has been pretty good last 3 games or so. You had Bjorkstrand moved down to the third line there, anchoring with Yanni Gord, and then Tolvanen on the left side there. Cartier cycled back down to the fourth line, and maybe that's good. Take a little pressure off the young guy, see what he can do, let the game develop. He's just, he's a rookie. Got to let the kid develop a little bit. And Joey getting the start in his home at Arizona State there, the college, his alma mater that he went to. So that's great to see Joey get to go against the Arizona Coyotes in his old home stadium. Joey Hurwitz says, sorry, not looking at positives of the loser point. This team is struggling. And that's fine, Joey. I totally understand that take. I try not to do that either. But the math counts. We get the point, put it in the back pocket. I think the more important thing out of a game like this is that they did show some consistency. They were much better than they were Saturday. So now you got to build on it. Maybe they found a little bit of a spark with the lines. I thought Matty Beniers was amazing all night long, doing all the little things minus scoring a goal, but he led directly to at least 2 of the goals tonight. So, yeah. Jim says, correct, Joey, agreeing with Joey Hurwitz there in the comments. And, yeah, we're struggling. We're not there yet, but I think that there's potential. And I think they're going to get over the hump here if they can just find some consistency over, 2 to 3 games, see where they can go. But that's the setup. That's a look at the roster. Let's get into the recap tonight, guys. Let's break down the goals. And if there was anything I missed along the way, please fill me in the chat. Again, if you just joined the stream, I'm going to be doing the John Forsland bobblehead giveaway later this week on the channel. So Joey Hurwitz, I think you just jumped into the chat. If you missed that, make sure you turn on alerts here at YouTube. That way you know when I go live, because I'm going to do that on a live stream and give it away. So right here at YouTube, I'll announce it on x.com, but you'll find out first here on YouTube. Let's get into the recap, okay? We finished 65-minute game, and then we did the extra skill competition. And that's not my favorite thing. Don't like the shootout. But that's the way it finished tonight. Joey goes for Seattle. Connor Ingram for Arizona. Connor Ingram was pretty good tonight. But Kraken right away. They get to work. Teams kind of exchange some rushes up the ice. Kraken break free 2-on-0. Right at the beginning there, Yanni Gord to Tolvanen, back to Gord. They just kind of play pass with each other, right back to Tolvi. And he scores a beautiful finish. Kraken grabbed that early 1-0 lead. So again, another really good start in the first period for Seattle. Joey says, Colorado coming up. I'm not feeling positive. I do agree. Looked better, but how in the world did we lose to Calgary? That's embarrassing. Yeah, not good. That Calgary team looked pretty hungry, and we looked disinterested. I don't know. That's a Saturday night in your home barn, and that was the effort Seattle put forth. I didn't like it, but I liked tonight a lot better. I think Coach called him out a little bit, too. Spartan says, how many weeks do we have till Tanev can return? Haven't kept track. He's really close. So he's been skating in that non-contact jersey, the red jersey, and he's on the road trip. So that's an encouraging sign as well. So I would guess, maybe another week-ish. Jim says the original projection was 4 to 6 weeks. He's on track. So we're right there. I think we're right at about, we're almost at 4 weeks. So we'll see. But man, they could use his energy, especially in a game like Calgary. That was just... Okay, so Kraken looking good to start. Really attentive, I thought, along the boards. Some good puck battles early. We go 13:53 left in the first period. Coyotes. See, I did it. Coyotes up ice in transition as Kraken a little slow on the change. And Michelli right from the middle of the zone as he enters. He used Larson as a screen there, whips one, and he scores. That's a tough one for Joey to even see. So some really good transition work by Michelli there. We go under 10 minutes left in the first. Coming out of the commercial break, Kraken win an offensive zone faceoff. That leads to really good possession time. They get churning there. They get a shot, a big chance. Just misses, and McCann almost sent that one home on the doorstep right at the goal line. But that's exactly what you want. Win the faceoff, get to the net, apply pressure. So I want to see more of that, especially in the next game against Colorado. 3:23 left in the first now. Coyotes break in. Yanni Gourde takes a penalty. 2 minutes for slashing. Some of these calls I thought were a little chintzy, but they were at least consistent. Kraken got to kill this penalty off late in the first period. Arizona, they had good pressure there during that man advantage, but Seattle gets through this one. The PK has been okay to start the year, but last few games, not so good. Like I said, we gave up 2 more tonight. We'll talk about that here in a second. Travis Dermott, late in that period there, hit the post. So Joey using the iron as part of his equipment. That was a close one. Ty says, hoping we show up to the Avs. If not, I'm going to have a really long drive home. Yeah. That's Thursday. Right? We play... Oh, no. Ty's going to the game next Monday. Wait, what's the next game? Thursday, right? We'll look at that here at the end of the breakdown. But Ty's going to the game on Monday. Spartan says, okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Yes, thanks for helping each other out in the chat. It's great talking with you guys. Let's keep it going here. All right, second period. Here we go. Yanni and Keller, they both got called for penalties at the end of the first, so we start the second period 4-on-4. Joey was ready to go. Nice little snag with his glove there. Just seconds into the second period there. We go 2:50 in. Yamamoto this time called for hooking. Got a stick up into Barrett Hayton. Hayton, yeah. And Hayton kind of held on to Yam's stick there under his arm. But okay, so Coyotes go to the power play, and this is where they break through. Great passing. Puck moved quickly from the top. Keller and Schmaltz kind of alternate their center back to the half wall. A quick shot, and Keller, I think, with the shot scores. I'm not sure if they credited that one to Hayton or not, but Dursey, working the top there. So just a great power play goal. And if you missed that one, we're going to talk about it again later because they do the exact same thing. But after that, the Kraken responded with a goal of their own. So again, Kraken hockey, don't sit down. Stay sitting. Don't get up is what I'm trying to say, because there's always a response goal, it feels like. And this time it was in Seattle's favor. They get the puck up into the zone quickly. Matty Beniers, a good job on the entry. Eberle with the support. He kind of receives the pass, goes back to Matty, and Matty finds Schultz at the top of the zone. Schultz fires and scores, so it's 2-2. And then moments later, and that was a great goal, though. Matty Beniers made that whole thing happen from center ice to down at the goal line, the pass back to Schultz. Can't minimize that play there. Just moments later, Schwartz hit up high into the boards. O'Brien called for roughing, so Seattle's power play gets a chance. Nothing happening on that one, so a little bit of a Muckleshoot bathroom break, like Ty says. But, you're not going to score on every power play. I felt like there was a couple opportunities tonight where I wish, that maybe they would have just had a little bit more pressure that they could have applied, but didn't happen there. And then just a few minutes later, Yanni Gourde called now for interference. So Arizona gets a power play. And this time the Kraken penalty kill comes through. They escape danger. We go 2:57 left in the second. Things get a little bit feisty. Joey makes a save, and I think it was Michelli that took an extra whack there at Joey's hands. Vince Dunn didn't like that. Some pleasantries exchanged. Dunn and Krause end up going for roughing, so pretty good exchange there for Arizona, getting Vince Dunn off the ice 4-on-4. But we leave the second even up. It's 2-2. We go to the third period, and the Kraken churning right away in the offensive zone. It leads to a great result. The Coyotes get called for a penalty here. Winberg draws this one. So great work by Winberg along the walls. He's causing a lot of problems for defenders in the offensive zone over the last few games. This time Stetcher guilty of tripping. So a big moment for the power play early in the third. And we don't break through. Tolvey did get a big shot there that was blocked. Actually, no. We do break through. We do break through on this one. I got lost in my notes there. So Tolvey got his shot blocked, but the Kraken come right back down. They push back into the zone, down low, on the doorstep. Jaden Schwartz finishes this one off. Some great passing by the Kraken to set that whole thing up. It was a cross-ice pass to Matty Beniers, and he sends it. It was kind of a pass shot to Jaden Schwartz's stick. Kind of that initial tip went off of the post. It came back to Schwartz on the rebound, and he puts it right in. So it's 3-2 Kraken. Huge goal, and that's a 7-game point streak for Schwartzy. You love to see that. Schwartz has been amazing this year. Where would the Kraken be without Jaden Schwartz? Let's hear from you guys on that one. Are you surprised by Jaden Schwartz so far this year? Because I am. He's been incredible. 7-game point streak. Okay, so just seconds later, though, and this is the one I really don't like. Vince Dunn gets called for cross-checking. Kraken going to go shorthanded. This is a little bit undisciplined, not smart by Vince Dunn, and unfortunately, another response goal happens, but this time for Arizona. Dursey, this same setup goes to Clayton, Keller, half wall, inside to Schmaltz, right back to Keller. Same exact play. They tie the game. Great shot. So it's 3-3. We go down to crunch time now. 10:39 left. Sean Dursey a little bit uncomposed, sends the puck over the glass. That's delay a game, so another power play for the Kraken. This power play was completely discombobulated, though. Arizona broke out shorthanded on that one. Scary moment, but Joey made the save. Kraken defenders cleaned things up a little bit. We go 6 minutes left in the third. Kraken pushing their shot advantage, looking for that breakthrough. A cluster of chances. Ingram some more big saves. We go 1:30 left. More tense moments. Joey with a couple of big saves. Extends the left toe right at the edge of his net there. And then right after that, that's when Matthew Beniers got that breakaway all alone. The puck was kind of rolling on him. They talked about that on the broadcast, but he can't put it home. And that's the stuff just so frustrating. He was so close. And man, that would have been sweet to see Matty break through there. But it didn't happen. So we go to overtime. And Coyotes, great possession, cycling early. In that overtime, Krause breaks free on a breakaway all alone. Joey a big save. Kraken go the other way. Bjorky hits the post on that chance. So nobody breaks through in overtime. We go to the shootout. You got Joey, Schmaltz up first. Joey stops him. And then Bjorky goes, shut down by Ingram. Bjugstad gets Joey kind of swimming, and he pulls just off to the side there, roofs it. So Bjugstad breaks through. Matty goes next. That's when he kind of loses the handle on the puck there. Keller, after that, some crazy moves. Great patience by Joey there. I think he stopped it with his glove. And Eberle, going last for the Kraken, has to score to keep things going. But Ingram clutches it for the Coyotes. And the Kraken fall in the shootout, you guys. That is the whole recap, the whole breakdown for tonight. I thought some of the key takeaways that we could talk about here as we go into the last part of the stream and look at the stats and take your comments. If you guys got more comments, bring them at me right now. I'll pop them up on the screen. Love to hear your 3 stars as well. And we'll look at the official ones here pretty quick. But let's take a quick look again at the poll result. We ended up with just about 13 votes, it looks like. So most people say Coyotes. And I think you noticed it a couple times, but I usually say Coyotes. So that's kind of what comes out of my mouth normally. But okay, so my keys tonight, I thought, despite the loss in the shootout, pretty good attention to details throughout the evening for Seattle. I feel like they controlled the neutral zone pretty good. They limited their turnovers. Nothing, too alarming that I saw when they were breaking out of the zone. And they didn't really, I don't feel like they fed Arizona too many chances throughout the evening. I thought they were pretty efficient along the boards. That second period, they were very resilient. I felt like it could have gone off the rails. I think Will Harrison mentioned this over on X.com as well. If the Kraken hadn't been able to push back, it felt like it maybe could have gone really wrong there. But they stuck with it, so they were resilient in the second, and they pushed back. So I like seeing that. And I feel like they did neutralize a lot of the Coyotes' chances throughout the evening. It was a lot of just kind of one and done. And if it hadn't been for those 2 power play goals, great setups, by the way, by Arizona, those 2 power play goals really propelled them tonight. So maybe an area we have to kind of re-examine. The penalty kill was good early in, the first week or so of the season, but last few games here, not so great. So that's kind of my takeaways from tonight. Jim C says, not surprised by 17. He's my dude and he's healthy. Yes, and he wears the tracksuit sometimes, and I feel like that's just giving him that extra edge. A lot of experience. Jaden Schwartz is fun to watch. I worry about him, though, because every time he gets hit or put into the boards, that one play tonight, Jim, I don't know if you saw it, but he went in skate first, kind of got tripped up. That looked like it could have been dangerous, but he's flying right now, and he's finding the puck at great spots. So, oh my gosh, Jaden Schwartz, I don't know where we would be without you so far this season. But yeah, hopefully a few other guys can start cranking it up here. Gonna need them on Thursday in the next game. So let's get into the game stats. Thank you guys for being a part of the stream and contributing in the chat. Gonna say it one more time. Gonna be doing this John Forsland bobblehead giveaway later this week on the stream. So if you don't subscribe or you don't have alerts turned on, you might want to do that, because I'm gonna announce it here first, and you don't want to miss out on your chance to win one of the most unique bobbleheads I think I've ever seen. It's very cool. I have 2 of them, and I'm going to probably do an unboxing video of the other one and kind of show how it works and all that. But this one, I'm going to give it away and send it out to one lucky winner. Jim says yes. So, yeah. Any other insights, Jim? Maybe some things I missed along the way tonight. I would love to hear it. Let's look at the game stats. And again, if you want to put your 3 stars up on the screen, I will pop those up as well as we go. Okay. Sorry, I got lost in the wrong window here. Let's look at the stats real quick. 38 shots on goal, so much better from Seattle. When we stalled out, I think it was at, 17 shots the other night? Not good enough. So I want to see at least 30 shots every night. I don't care about whether it's high danger or quality. Yes, that I do care about it. But I want to see at least 30 shots. 25 to 30 shots would be perfect for me. And if a lot of those are high danger or high quality, even better. But sometimes you just got to feed the puck to the net. Make the other goaltender think about things. Face-off percentage tonight, 50%. So I'm not sure how it's 50 to 48. This is the new NHL app math. But it's so close. It's 31, 62 to 30 of 62 for Arizona. So not too bad. And again, some key face-off wins at key moments. That's what you want. Penalty minutes, both teams, 12 for Seattle, 10 for Arizona. I felt like, like I already said it, I thought some of the penalty calls were but they were pretty consistent. Didn't like that play by Vince Dunn late. Can't have that kind of stuff, especially when you're up by 1 in the third period. Arizona blocked 16 shots. So again, that just tells you Kraken feeding the puck to the net, and that's exactly what you want. Okay, let's look at the shots by period. Again, this also much better because we saw the drop off in that last game. Just, unacceptable. But this is way better. 12, 10, 14. So we didn't go away. We responded in the second period. We almost had that breakthrough in the third, but didn't happen. So you go to overtime, kind of a skills competition after that. And that's where you end up. Point in your back pocket, move forward, get focused up for that next game. I need to look at the schedule real quick because I keep second guessing. November 9th, right? Yeah, I was right. Okay. Kraken go into Colorado, 6 p.m. game. Big game. Obviously, the rivalry is starting to build there. That was our first round opponent. Took them out in 7 games. So that's a big game. I'm excited to see what Seattle can do next, and if they can build off of this game, propel forward a little bit with some consistency on Thursday. Let's look at the 3 stars. You guys didn't send any 3 stars, so I'm just going to pop them up. Clayton Keller, no surprise there. Bugstead, he played great, but really for me, Keller was amazing all night long. Michelli had that first goal early on, so 3 stars go all across the board to Arizona tonight. Not too surprising. Connor Ingram also played a great game, but yeah, some good stuff from the Kraken in spots and some good consistency, better effort. I really liked Matty Benier's game tonight. Jaden Schwartz just continues to impress here in Seattle Kraken's 3rd campaign. Let's look at the standings real quick here, guys. We're going to wind down, call it a night. Chat is now slowing down as well. If you have any last words or comments, let me know. The poll results look like they're finalized. 54% of you say Coyotes. 46% say Coyotes. So, you wanted to know, now you know. Okay, so looking at the standings real quick here, we got Vegas. They have suffered their first loss of the season just the other night, so they're 11-1 and 1. They have 23 points. Vancouver continues to impress. They're off to a really great start, and that's going to go a long way in the standings down the road. When you can bank these points early, that's huge. Because even if there is, I think JFresh was posting this stuff this morning, even if there's a regression to mean for a team like Vancouver, now you've got those points in your back pocket. Just kind of play to your card. They're going to be okay. And on the flip side of that, teams like Edmonton and potentially Calgary and Seattle to some extent, you're going to have to, exceed expectations as you go if you continue to kind of fall backwards. 2-8-1 Edmonton is to start this year, and hearing some rumors, maybe Jay Woodcroft is on the hot seat up there. Not too surprising. We'll see what happens, though. Okay, quick look ahead at the schedule. Colorado on Thursday. Edmonton, the team I was just talking about, on Saturday. I'm going to be at that one. I don't think I'm going to be able to be live for these next couple of ones afterwards, but I might try to do some videos. And like I said, I'm going to do that giveaway here on the channel later in the week. So I'll announce that when I go live. Avalanche on Monday, back home as well. So Climate Pledge Arena, hopefully we can find some edge at home and get the home crowd pumped up and back into it against our playoff rivals just from last spring. A couple of games against them, almost a home and home, but Edmonton sandwich in between those on the 11th. So that's it for tonight, you guys. Thank you for being a part of the stream. If you don't subscribe to the podcast, please do. Hoping to do an episode over there real soon. And be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button on the video before you log out. Helps the channel. Goes a long way here. As things go into the future, can't wait to keep covering it for you guys. Like I said, next up, Colorado, Thursday, November 9th, 6 p.m. So be sure to stay tuned for that giveaway and keep up with me over on X. In the meantime, disappointing that we didn't get the 2 points, but I did like what I saw on the ice tonight from the Kraken. A little bit better, a little more consistent. Now they got to build on it. That's going to do it for tonight's show. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll catch you again on another stream here, Sasquatch NHL, real soon. Have a good night.